Hello and welcome to ReginaldESQ. I'm Underhook and this is a game in the T95. I have finally finished with the T95. I've played my last game in it. I've qualified now to buy the T123. Not sure if I'm actually going to go ahead and buy it now because the main reason I went after it was for playing Clan Wars, which I haven't been doing. So anyway, but I probably won't play this tank again. It is possible to have great games in this tank, but it's just too slow with a top speed of 13 kilometers an hour. There are too many games where you just can't get into the battle or even see an enemy tank if it's a quick battle. Anyway, so I'll just speed this up a little bit to 4 times speed. And you can see there, it's a tier 9 game, and we can see some enemy tanks up here. I'll slide back down to normal speed now. So there's a Tiger 2 and a Panther hanging around up there, and our Pershing is engaging them. See if they poke out, I can get a shot. 155mm gun on this tank. As the Pershing bumps into me. And I'm going to aim for this cupola on the Tiger 2 if I can. And you can see we get it in doing 734 damage. Average damage in this tank is 750. There is a Waffenträger, tier 9 Waffenträger on my left. That's very bad for this tank. This tank is a beast. The arm's a beast from the front, but you definitely don't want anyone attacking you from the sides at all. And getting flanked in this tank is the worst possible thing that can happen to you. So I have no choice really but to pull back behind the rock to cover myself from the tanks on my right and wait for this guy to poke out. And he does, and I miss. Looked like I didn't fire until after he went back there, but that's just lag. When you watch a replay, the replay is what the server saw, I believe. And not necessarily what you saw in game. So you'll see that happen a few times in this game where I shoot at people that are already gone. It's just lag. So I have fitted to this beast a super heavy spore liner. So anyone shooting at me with HE, including artillery, it will only do half damage, so long as it doesn't penetrate the tank. So if artillery hits the top back deck and penetrates the tank, it will do full damage. But if it lands near me or lands in a very heavily armoured part of the tank, it will only do half damage, and also gives the crew 50% protection from injury as well. Also protects 50% from ramming damage. But now the Waffenträger's poking out, and we can just see, you can see there he's gone. Then I can see we've just got the edge of his turret, and we fire and get a good hit on him for, what was that? 882 damage. Whoa, that was a massive hit. 155mm gun on this tank. So it does, apart from doing a lot of damage, it does overmatch quite a few tanks on their softer parts of their armor as well. So yeah, that hurt him a lot. He's only got 41 hit points, but I cannot expose my side. And thankfully for me, our KV-13 rams into death. Now see this T-44 coming out. I don't want him to get a shot on my side either, so I can't move until he's dead. And our ST Emil here helps finish him off, which is great. So that was an opportunistic shot. Sometimes when you're slow, people don't know you're there and they just drive in front of your gun. Sometimes it's good. So you can see we've done 2,356 damage, and we haven't actually moved from this spot yet. Now I can see this WZ tier 9 Chinese heavy tank there on my left, and I'm worried about him. So I was going to move forward, put pressure on STA, but then I saw him, so I couldn't. Now I've got a Leopard driving around out there as well now, so it's not good. Crusader hits us for 162 damage, the artillery. I would say that's half of the damage because that's not a full penetration for that tank. So we would have taken, what, 320 damage, but we've taken half of the damage because of our spore liner. Super heavy spore liner, as you see there, looks like I didn't fire till after he left. That's just lag. He only does 32, so he would have done 64 damage to us if we didn't have a super heavy spore liner. Super heavy spore liners are great on tanks that have really thick armor because people are likely to fire HE at you but not penetrate. Sometimes people with good HE guns fire HE at you when they can't penetrate your armor. Just fire HE just to do at least some damage. I know the T124 has a good gun for that. I use it for that sometimes. And then the spore liner really helps a lot with that stuff. I also have a gun rammer and vents fitted to the tank, so that'll give you an idea of the performance there. And my crew, the crew's 100% trained. The commander has Mentor and is 95% on recon, so it'll improve the view range there a bit. The gunner is 100% repairs and 88% on firefighting. This does catch fire with hits to the rear. The driver has 100% clutch braking, so this tank will be turning more quickly than it would normally here, what you're seeing. And it has 88% smooth ride as well to help it actually go a little bit quicker, believe it or not. And the loader has 100% repairs and is 88% on firefighting as well. Fortunately, my gun doesn't load in time here to nail him. And it looks like, once again, I fired after he went away, but when I was watching the game, he was still in front of me when I fired. So he's having a lot of trouble penetrating me, as you can see. The cupola is pretty much the only place that can penetrate me, or perhaps my lower plate. But when I'm tilted back like this, a little bit tilted, whilst it does make the lower plate a little bit easier to target, it makes the cupolas much harder to penetrate because the angle increases. But even the cupolas are quite tough. If you can keep the tank moving and wiggling and things like that, it's hard for people to penetrate them. So I'm also worried about the leopard that was on my left back there. This time I get hit by 300, so that may have actually penetrated. Maybe not. Maybe it would have done 600 without the spool liner. A Chi-Ri is coming. The Chi-Ri, I'm not worried about if I can keep him in front of me, because that doesn't have very good penetration. And I nearly got this. Now I'm going to get circled. This is bad. I'm backing up to try and keep him on my side for as long as possible, and we actually nail the STA there, luckily just in time. Now I don't know whether this Chi-Ri has had his engine knocked out or his tracks, but he's going super slow and he's staying in front of me, so he just can't get my back. So we've put one to the Chi-Ri there and finish him off with a shot for, what was that, 597 damage. And he doesn't manage to penetrate us, poor bugger. So we fully block the shot from the Crusader there. And someone has taken the Leopard out, so now we're laughing. Now we have 4 tanks, they have 3. 2 of theirs are artillery and 2 of ours are artillery. Their one remaining tank is a heavy tank. It's the Tier 9 autoloader, the American one. That's T95, I don't know what it is. Anyway, one of those ones with a bunch of numbers and a T at the front. There he is, he's off to my left. I'll speed this up to 2 times. So he's actually getting hit by our tanks, although he has just... Oh no, he hasn't. No, he's on low health, 153. Oh, okay, yeah, we've just killed one of ours. So now it's 2 artillery and me versus 2 artillery and their Tier 9 autoloader heavy tank. This is bad because he's much more maneuverable than me. I'm slowing it down to normal speed again now. That was 2 times. Oh, and he manages to track me. So I'm going to keep turning, and he's hit my... We blocked that shot, and I missed my shot on him. Crusader, we also blocked the damage from the Crusader, luckily, and yeah, just missed my shot. That was a bad miss. Luckily, he hasn't managed to penetrate us yet. So I'm moving forward again, and artillery saves the day. Well done, one of our arty took him out. So now it's me and 2 arty against 2 arty. So I'm feeling much more confident. Oh no, backshot arty, no, turn. Oh, he hits us for 344. Now I know that French artillery reloads pretty quickly. We've just been hit again by the Crusader, but didn't manage to penetrate us. He comes out. You are kidding me. I just hit a French artillery in the back, and all I got was a crit with a 155mm gun. Sure, I'm going to have a look later, but surely if I look in Tank Inspector, there's no part of the armour that a 155mm gun wouldn't auto-pen, you'd imagine. Anyway, through the wall. Yeah. Okay, now it's just me and the Crusader SP. As long as I can keep the front of my tank pointed to him, I don't think he can do anything to me. I'm going to speed this up to 2 times. When I say anything to me, he can probably do some damage, but not much. Oh, that T9481 was firing gold ammo at me as well, and it still bounced. What was that called? A T54E1, yeah. Okay. So back to normal speed. Hopefully we'll spot him soon. Maybe our artillery will nail him. Oh, here he is. Oh, he's on low health already. 12 hit points. And well done to the Crusader SP, who gets a final hit on me for 140. He did really well, actually. So just out of curiosity, here's the Batchat Arty that I shot at. It has 51mm of armor, so a 155mm gun should have auto-penned. So I don't know what happened with that bounce we had there, unless maybe it hit the tracks, which give an additional 20, in which case it is possible to get a freak bounce, I suppose. I don't know. Anyway, bit weird. Okay, so it turned out to be a mastery game, and we got Steel Wall and Cool Headed. And let's have a look at the next screen. Yep. Our T541 did well as the enemy one, and the AMX 5120 on the enemy team had a great game, doing over 4,500 damage, and I think getting high caliber. So we fired 13 shots, 8 of them hit, 7 penetrations. And you only need 7 penetrations. This tank to do 3,671 damage, which is pretty good. Received 26 hits, only 6 of them penetrated. So we bounced 20 shots. It's pretty amazing. 4 splash damage. So we bounced over 3,000, and a lot of those were hitting tracks, and this does not count damage that hits tracks. This only counts off your actual armor. So, yeah, we bounced a lot of damage. 7 tanks we hit, destroying 4 of them, and also got a bit of assistance damage for just being on the front line. As you can see, the tank isn't super profitable, considering that's a mastery game. You only make 20,000 profit. It's not a super profitable tank. And that was 1,299 XP, which is mastering the tank. I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you'd like to see more, please subscribe to ReginaldESQ. Have fun.